Mm. Okay, good evening, guys, and online students. Check out your audio. I'm audible, online students. So, is it clear my voice, online people? Okay, right. Okay. So, guys, here, okay, so yesterday I was given the schedule of Oracle, and today we started our first session. Okay. So, in my Oracle, what is my first topic here? DBMS. And here, so many people, maybe you have some little bit idea in your BTech, okay? So I hope that MCA students and BTech students, they already knows, okay, they have some little bit knowledge about the DBMS, okay? But here we will see what kind of the things we required before you want to understand Oracle, okay? So Oracle, to understand why the people was introduced to Oracle, okay? And what is the reason, advantages, models, and how many different types of database softwares. Okay, this all history. Do you want to understand that? So we should know that before going to that, we should know the basic terms and terminologies of your DBMS. Okay, no? So in this DBMS part, those terminologies, those basic terms, we are going to be discuss what is what, which related to your databases. Okay, na? So in that topic one, so we discussed that all kind of things. Okay, before I want to start my Oracle. Okay, so now today is my first session. Okay, for online and offline students. So text heading here. The main heading was, so the running notes, offline students, it's your wish. You can write as usual as per my explanation. Okay, na? And otherwise, I will send to you the soft copy to you for every running session. Okay, na? So that's depends on you. My topic number one, DBMS. Okay. So in this topic, guys, here, so DBMS, what we are learning in this. Okay. Today 17, 06. Okay, right. So now you can see, guys, here. In DBMS, before you want to start, what is DBMS? Okay, what is database management systems? First of all, that related terms we need to start it here. The first point is, so the so many people have little bit confusion in this basic terms. Okay, so that is what we called as here, what is data? And the next term is, don't write for subject. Next term is called as what is information. Okay, and this is next. And after that, we need to take the information about what is database. Okay, so what is database? And now, and we want to know, okay, so what is DBMS? Okay, and after that, what are, okay, data storages? What are data storages? So these are the basic things we should know before you want to start any database tool. Okay. So let me check it out, guys. Here, one by one terms, we will discuss about that. And finally, we came to data storages. And in real-time industries, how many types of data storages we have? What are those? And initially, 1950s, 1940s before, it's very early days, yes or no, at the time. If you need to manage your business data or data, so how those people, the 1940s before people, how they can manage their data and what kind of storages they used for those times when they want to manage and maintain their information or data. And later, after that, in 1940s, 50s later, we used some more type of data storages, but still in that also we have some problems. And from 1960s onwards, the 1960s later, it was started the latest and very popular model that is called as what now? Databases. So this all hierarchy, I will explain to you. When I was explaining this hierarchy, then you can understand that the importance of your databases. Okay, na? Right. And in this, the first term is what is data. Okay, how can you define your data? So data is nothing but simply we can say, guys, what is here? Data is a raw fact. We can say data simply raw fact, and raw fact is nothing but there is a no meaning. There is no meaning. So when there is a no mean, that was called as what? No, data or raw fact also we can say. For example, I will give it some, okay, my example is what now? Suppose here I'm going to writing some names and I don't know what these names are predicted. Just I'm giving to pass like here, okay, so Smith is that, okay, I will take here Ellen, okay, I will take as here Miller, and I will take as here Warner. So these are names. So Smith is called as a data. Allen is called as a data. Miller is called as a data. Warner is called as a data. But this Smith, Allen, Miller, Warner, these names, sir, can you predict here? Can you predict what it is this? No. So Smith is belongs to what? And what it was predicted. Is it employee names? Is it customer name? Is it a student name? Is it a product name? Is it a brand name? Is it a location name? Is it country name? So what it is exactly? Can you predict? Can you predict? No, we cannot predict. So we cannot predict. So when we can't predict that whatever it was their data, that is called as what now? Raw fact. That means the user cannot understand what it means. Smith is belongs to what? How can I say Smith is what is what? Yes or no? So that cannot be predicted. So when you can't predict a word or a sentence, then it is called as what now? Raw fact. So simply we can say there is a no meaning for that. If there is a no meaning and user doesn't know the meaning of Smith, then it means that that is called a raw fact. Okay, now so here the data is nothing but raw fact because of reason those data we cannot predict properly. Okay, in the same to same, for example, something I was given some numbers. So 10022, 10023, and 10024. So these are what now? Numbers. We all of you know 10021 is a number. But can you tell me guys here, this number is belongs to anything? Is it an employee ID number? I don't know. Is it customer ID number? I don't know. Is it okay, amount is the price? I don't know. Okay, is it PIN number? I don't know. Is it your invoice number? I don't know. Is it your bill number? I don't know. So we can't predict, but I know it is a number. But this number is predict to what? What it belongs to. So that I don't know. So that's why 10021 is called a data. Smith is called a data. But these data we cannot predict. So when we can't predict, then it cannot give any meaning. When there is a no meaning, then it is called as what now? Raw fact. Simple definition. Okay, now? Right. But later on, this unmeaningful data, okay, this raw fact, I need to convert into meaningful. I need to convert into meaningful. Then what we want to do? Then we called as a information. So information, how can you define here means processing data is called as what is now? Information. Processing data is called as information. Okay, now, so I need to process my data which is unmeaningful. So unmeaningful data, when you need to process, okay, then we will get it what now? Some meaningful data or meaningful information we will get it. For example, the same example I'm going to take now, and you just tell me what it is. Okay, now, so on the names, for example, I was given some, okay, so I'm giving here employee, okay, names. Here I'm giving the heading of this names here, what now? Employee names. And now, next one, okay, I'm giving here, this is employee ID. So here, tell me, now tell me guys here, if I was predict to this data, okay, so now can you tell me what is Smith? Smith is a employee name. What is 10021? Employee ID. What is Alan? Employee name. What is Miller? Employee. What is Warner? Employee. So that means now these names belongs to whom? Employees. This name belongs to employees. So that's why we called as here what? We understand what is Smith. We knows what is Smith. We predict what is Smith. So that's why there is a meaning for this name. Yes or no? Smith now he was having some meaning. The meaning is what now? Okay, Smith is a employee. That was I understand. Okay, that I can predict here. So when you predict like this, okay, then it is called as what now? Information we called. Okay, so when you have a meaning, and the meaning can be understood by user, and user can be predicted, then it is called as what now? Information. And information is always giving meaningful. Okay, so what you say, information is always giving meaningful. Right on next point. Information is always, okay, always provide meaningful statements. Meaningful statements. Okay, now. So this is the slight difference in between what is data and what is information. Got it now? Suppose guys, if I want to change here, okay, now tell me, now my Smith is belongs to what? Now this time is a customer. Okay, so this is called as a predictor. This is called as what now? Predictor. So the predict, when you predict with some headings and lines, then we called as a information. Okay, so now this is information definition, guys. Now later we come to what is database. So database, I already said to you in the last class. What is this? It is a collection of interrelated information, and that was organizing in particular structural format. Okay, so then we called as what now? Databases. So now database, how can you define means? Now write down. It is a collection of interrelated data or information. Okay, information that has been organized in proper systematically. Okay, in proper systematically. Okay, so you're organizing the collection of interrelated data or information, and that data I can organize in proper systematical manner. So in proper systematical manner means what now here? Yes, systematic means in our database, data can be stored in the which format here? Table. Okay, systematical, it's nothing but what now? Tabular format. So table is having one system, and how the data can be stored? In place of rows and columns. So in such a way, your data can be arranged or organized people in your databases. Okay, na? So the systematical manner, that is called a table. Okay, na? Right. But here, later, I want to discuss here. So types of databases also, we have it here. But those types of databases in the next level I will discuss. Okay, na? Right. So I just keep it what is database. And the next one is called as what is DBMS. DBMS stands for what now? Database Management System. It's a stand of your DBMS. But exactly the DBMS, what it is, it means that, so we can say it is a software. It is what now? One software here. And this software we are using, guys, here, which is used to manage and maintain. To manage and maintain, okay, data or information in database. Data or information in database. Okay, na? Right. So this is DBMS we called. But with the help of DBMS, what we can do, sir? Okay, with the help of this software, what we can do means, with the help of this software, we can create a database memories, okay, after storing, after processing, after retrieving, deleting. So these kind of activities and operations I can perform on my database memory by the help of what now? DBMS softwares. Okay, na? So that's what we want to say. By using DBMS software, we can, what we can do? We can do, okay, we can do what? Create databases. We are creating database. Yeah, database means nothing but what I said. Anybody? Memory creations. So some memory we need to prepare. Okay, next, after preparing database memory, what I can do? I can store. What I want to store? Data or information. And this data, what next I can do? I can manipulate. If you want to do manipulate, okay, so manipulate your data or information. Okay, after manipulated, what we can do? Retrieval. So you can read or retrieving data or information. Data or information. What we can do next? We can do with the help of this, what we can do? Deleting data or information. Okay, so these kind of activities I can do by using of which software? DBMS software. So we can creating database memories. After memory is created, data can be stored. After storing the data, you can manipulate. Manipulate means changes. Suppose you want to do some changes, you can do changes also with the help of DBMS softwares. And later, if you want to retrieval, read the data, that also I can do by the help of what now? DBMS. And even though we can delete your unnecessary data, then even though we required what now? DBMS software. So DBMS software through, we can do these kind of activities on your database memories, and these memories also created by the help of DBMS. Understand? So finally, if you want to say in the diagrammatical format, suppose if I want to show you in the diagrammatical, so what we want to do, I'm the user. Okay, suppose user is there. Okay, so what you want to do, user will use one DBMS software. User will use one DBMS software. With the help of DBMS software, first what you want to preparing? Database memory is created. So now he will create one database. Okay, na? This is called a creating database. Okay, na? Understand, na? With the help of DBMS software, user can create memories. That's called as a databases. After database memory is created, what next I have to do? Storing the data. Okay, you want to store your data, whatever it was. After storing, what I can do? Changes, manipulation of data here. Okay, next what I want to do? Retrieval data. User, whatever he want data, he can retrieve. So your required data, you can retrieve from your database memories. And what next? Deleting data. Suppose you need to delete. Okay, you need to delete your data. So you can delete your data, okay, from your database. Okay, na? So these kind of activities I can do with the help of what now? DBMS softwares. And these DBMS softwares are different types of softwares. We have it here. Okay, that what it is one by one, I will explain to you. Don't worry. Now come back. So this is the definition of your DBMS. And later, let me come. What is the next one here? Data storages. Here, what is data storage and how many types of data storages in our real time? Okay, now, so data storage is nothing but it is a location. It is a location. So where we can store data or information, where we can store data or information. So in real-time world, there are three types of data storages we are using under organizations. Okay, na? So what kind of types? The first type is called as, it's very, very well known everyone, that is called as what now? Papers and books. Is the first data storage, okay, we are using. But when we are using, guys, this one means it was before computers. So there is no computers in the world at the time. I'm using what now? Books and papers. And still you are also using now. You all of you using now? Yes. And my first demonstration, I said, your paper is also one database. Your book is also one database. Your pen drive database, one CD database, a DVD database, one space database. Yes or no? Huh? In this also we have a database now. What is that? Memory cards, internal memory, external memories. Okay, na? Right. So now, first initial data storage is what now? Books and papers. And this was used by people in early days, 1940s before. At the time, there is no computers. So the computers are not invited into our world. At the time, they have a data, they have a information, they have a business. And the business related data, they will be managed here. So with the help of what now? Books and papers. Now, how you people are managed now, your notes is. Okay, now? Right. And after computers, it was going to be introducing the next one is called as the very well-known this. What is this here? Flat files. Okay, now? The flat files is nothing but what now? Computers. That means after computers, they used what now? Flat files. Okay, and flat file best example is what now? Okay, nowadays we are using text file. So text file and spreadsheet. Okay, these are all our best examples of your flat files. Okay, now, and after that, the people was introducing the third one and very popular that is called as what now? Databases. And this is what now we said? Software, or with the help of DBMS, these memories are created. Okay, now, so these are the hierarchy of your data, how the people was managed from the early days to the present days. Yes or no? But in this guys here, let me come out. Books and papers, if I want to discuss on that. Okay, so tell me guys here, is there any advantage here or more drawbacks here? We have a more drawbacks. What kind of problems are there we are facing when I store my data into books and papers? First thing is, it's completely manual system. Yes or no? Yes, it's completely manual system. If it is a manual system, means we required more manpower to maintenance purpose. Yes or no? And whenever we required more manpower, automatically my cost, my expenditures will be high. So it is a costly to maintenance here. And later, how much data can I manage in this books and papers? We can manage big data or small data. Small data only I can manage it here. And whatever we manage in the books and papers, the data will be secured or not secured? Not secured. Anybody can open your paper and book. They can see your confidential data. Suppose if any confidential data, any sensitive data, if you're storing under these books and papers, that was not secured. Okay, now anybody can see it. And tell me, data retrieval, data manipulations, is it possible to perform on these books and papers easily? No, it's a lot of complications we have to face to manipulating the data. Manipulate means changes whenever, wherever I required to change. That is highly difficult. And retrieving data, a particular data from your books and papers, it's also highly difficult. So these kind of, if you want to analysis what kind of problems the people was faced in early days, at the time there is no computers. Okay, now, so these are complete information about books and papers. And I was given in the main material, read it, completely theory. Okay, now, right. And to overcome these problems, the people next, they used what now? Computers they used. That means later on, when the computers are introduced in the market, so many organizations to purchase computers, and their data, they shifted from books and papers to computers. In computers, where the people will be saved, means in computers, they save their data under files. Where it is? Under files. And can you tell me guys here, what is the default file of computer? Anybody? What is your default file of computer? What happened here? Wi-Fi, yeah. I'm asking file here. Huh? Oh, what is the default file of your computers? Text file. Why are you thinking that much? Text file, notepad is a default files. Okay. So when the computers are introduced here, the people will save their data or information under which one? Flat files. The flat files example, what I said just now, text files. Okay, now in that data was managed. But here also, when we want to manage my data into flat files or file management systems, there also we face some problems. And this is important for me, because if you understand flat files problems, then you can understand database advantage. Are you getting my point now? So that's why what we want to do, we will discuss about the flat files. Okay. Yes. Now I will take flat files now. So text editing, books and papers, I'm not giving notes because it's a normal and main material it was there. Okay, now, right. In flat files. So here what we can do here, data can be stored in files. Data can be stored in files. Okay, with the help of what is that? Operating systems. Oh yes. Okay, na? Right. But in flat files also, guys, okay, instead of advantages, we have so many drawbacks the people will be found. So here, what kind of drawbacks are there? Okay, we see one. So I can say here, disadvantages. Okay, na? What is disadvantages of your file or flat file or file management system also we called. Okay, here observe. The first disadvantage here, that is called as a data redundancy problem. Which one? Data redundancy. Second problem we faced here, data inconsistency. Data inconsistency. Third one we faced here, data retrieval. Data retrieval. Okay, next. The fourth one we faced here, the problem is data integrity. Data integrity. And the fifth problem we faced here, data security. And the next, sixth problem we faced here, that is called as the data indexing. Data indexing. So there are so many problems we face with the flat files also, but in that a few things I'm going to discussing with you guys. Okay, so the major problems we find and what are those that I will show you here. So redundancy, inconsistency, retrieval, integrity, security, and indexing. So these are major problems, and these problems we overcome by using of databases. And if you go to any interview, okay, database interviews especially, okay, these are the main 6 topics they will ask you. Okay, what is redundancy? How to overcome? What is inconsistency? how we can solve it. What is the advantage of indexing? What is index? Index's advantage is what? Integrity means what? What kind of the business logical rules we can write on my data to maintain accurate data. Okay, so like a security, how can you provide security for your data when you store in your files as well as databases? Okay, now, so these are the major topics, guys, here, which will be asked you if you go to any interviews. So I will show you practically each and every feature, that means drawback, what is what. Okay, now, so with your text file example, I'm showing all these one by one. Okay, and very easily you can move it up. Understand now? So your first thing is what now? Data redundancy. So your redundancy means what? What does it mean by redundancy? Redundancy is nothing but duplicates. Okay, redundancy is nothing but duplicates. So here in flat files, one of the major problem the people was found here, redundancy problem. Because of reason, when it was occurred, redundancy means whenever we stored a information into multiple files, then it is called as a redundancy. So that means the same information when we stored into multiple files, then of course I can say that is called a duplicated data. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So here also in files, what it was happened that the data redundancy cannot be handled. Okay, you can store your data, same data or same information. How many number of files in a computer, that many times your files will be accepted. The same information I want to store into 100 files, then 100 files are accepting into your computer. But what is the use of to store same information into 100 copies? Do you have any advantage? No. But redundancy problem is occurred. So when the same data, when you stored into 100 files and each file will occupy 5 KB memory or 5 KB space, then 100 into 5, 500 KB bytes of memory, kilobytes of memory are you wasted. Wasted or not? Yes. So this is a redundancy problem. Redundancy means what now? Okay. Storing information, storing same information, other than storing same information in multiple files. In multiple files in computer. Multiple files in computer. Okay. Now, so this is redundancy. For example, let me come back. Practically, I just prove this. Suppose this is my computer, right? This is my computer. In this computer, my default file is what now? Flat file. So the flat file, okay, I'm taking here my flat file 1. Okay. So in this flat file, now I need to save some information now. Okay, so suppose what information I have to store means I have to store my employees information. Then employees information purpose, I'm going to storing my data into flat files. How I can store it, my data means employee ID, okay, employee name, employee date of join, employee designation, okay, designation, employee salary, okay, employee some, okay, what we can say gender, okay, etc., etc. So these are all we called as which related to my employee, and that I'm going to save in my text file or flat file. Okay, so have some employee 102 ID. Employee name is Smith. Okay, so he was joined, for example, 10 dash, okay, 05 or 4 dash. Okay, so 1998 he was joined. Okay, now he was, the designation was manager and his salary was, for example, 35,000 rupees his salary, and the gender is what now? Male. Like 1022, so the name is Ellen, so joined 2401. Okay, now, so and 2000, okay, she joined, and she was HR manager, and the salary was here the 28,000 rupees. Okay, and she was what now? Female. So 1023, the another name is word. Okay. And he was joined here, the 15 dash, okay, 04 dash 2021. Okay. So 2021. So he was called as, for example, senior programmer. Okay. He was senior programmer and his salary was 25,000 rupees. Okay. And he is also, okay, male. So now 1024 and another name is like uh, Sony and so 28 dash, okay, 11 dash, okay, so 2000 and maybe 11 means, okay, yeah, 2022. So C was, okay, junior programmer, okay, na? And the salary was 18,000 rupees, okay, female. So now you are carefully observed. So this is my information I was saved in my flat files, okay, with this data. Understand now? So like this, you can see your data, how can be saved in your flat file. And now this flat file, what we can do after enter my data and save my data in this, I just go to save this file, okay now? So I save this file and after saving this entire the data into this file, I just close. After closing this file and I'm keeping into data in my computer that was successfully kept here. But in the next level, suppose the same user or different user, he was trying to create one more flat file. Okay, one more flat file. Number 2, it was created. And in this flat file also, he tried to save the data. The same data he will be saving now. So he will be saving now. So can you tell me, can I save this data once again? Can I save this data once again? Yes, I can. So you can save it. Yes. So now here observed. So in my computer, total how many files? 2 files. In 2 files, same information now? Yes. So that means, can I say here, so in my multiple files, what are the files we have here, we stored here, in these files, can you see the same information I saved into how many times I saved here? 2 times I saved here. Can you see the 2 files, the practically I'm showing? Yes. So now can you see how many files? 2 files. And the 2 files are having same information or not? Yes. This is what we call data redundancy we called. So when we save our information into multiple files in the computer, so this kind of redundancy problems we are facing. But this kind of redundancy we can't avoid in flat file. There is no solution for this problem in flat file. But this problem solution was given by scientists under databases. Under what now? Databases. But I can't do this was in my database. I can restricted this. I can restricted this. If you try to insert your duplicate data into database memories, immediately I can stop it because that kind of mechanisms we have to apply on my database tables. That's why duplicates I can avoid. But this kind of problem in flat file I can't overcome. This is one of the problem in flat files. Understand now? Right. And the second problem you can see. What is my second problem here? Data inconsistency. What is second problem? Data inconsistency. So data inconsistency means what, sir? Okay. Data inconsistency is nothing but to maintain accurate information. To maintain accuracy. But here, this data inconsistency when it was occurred means that when you have a duplicates. When you have a duplicate, along with the duplicate, inconsistency problem also we face. How, sir? Let's you see. Duplicate means what I said, storing same information in multiple files. Yes or no? Keep it this point. So I already practically saved here. So there are 2 files. In 2 files, same information I saved. Okay, now. But now you can see in these 2 files, if any one file data, if I manipulated, if I do some changes, the same data wherever it is there in the second file, that file will be affected or not affected? Not affected. You are affected or not affected? Let you see practically. Suppose So one of my employee, who is this? Alan was there. Alan, actually, what is the gender? Alan actually female. Alan actually female as per my information. But now what I'm going to do, some other person came to my file and he was changed as a male. Understand now? Yes, that kind of wrong manipulations he can do it in my flat files. After doing the wrong manipulation, what the second person will do, he will be save this. He will be save this. So saving is done. But tell me guys here, after saving is over, in the next time when I came my side, I just opened this file. I just opened this file, and in this file, what it was showing guys here, my okay, male. So that means Alan is showing what it is here, male it was showing. But unfortunately, if I want to go for my another file also there, okay, which I stored into another file. The second file, if I'm going to see this, the second file, if I'm going to see this, okay, in second file, what it was showing to me? What it was showing to me? Come on, female. So that means the same data, same employee in one file, male, and in one file, female. So now my question to you. What is my question? Alan, what he was exactly? What do you say now? Alan is a male or female? What do you say? Can we say or no? No, we can't say. Why? Now you have a dilemma, na? You have a confusion, na? Yes, because Alan, in one file, I changed here. Someone changed it as a male. But other file, it was showing female. So what is exactly? I don't know. So when we can't say who this person is a male or female, I have some little bit confusion. That means, is it right information or wrong information? Wrong information. I don't know which is correct information. Female is a character, male is a character. I can't say, I can't decide. So this kind of confusion is called as a inconsistency problem. Are you clear this? Come on guys, are you clear this? Yes, inconsistency means the data cannot accuracy. Okay, na? So same data when I'm storing into multiple files, if one file can be changed, then the related corresponding data should be changed in the other file. Then only inconsistency problem will be avoided. Yes or no? But that was happening in my flat files? No, not it has happened. See, I was changed here as a male, but in my second file, still it was showing female only. So that means if you do any modifications in one file, the corresponding data wherever it was there in the copy file, the copy file data cannot be affected. If it is not affected, then the problem is created. The problem is called as what now? Inconsistency. Okay, now, for example, suppose when I was changed here M, automatically here also changed M, then you have any problem? No, we confidently say Alan is what? Male. Now you have a confident and you are responding. Alan is a male. Why you are responding? Because both files are showing same. This is called as a consistency. This is called as what? Consistency. Consistency means accuracy, correct information without having any confusion. Okay, but that was happening here, not happen. So I try to change it here, but here it will never changes. But the same thing, when I come to database, I can overcome. What it was happening in the database, if same data, when you stored into multiple copies in database, one copy will change automatically, second copy also changing. That's why in databases, we are never get a inconsistency problems. Redundancy, inconsistency. Clear all of you this too? Come on, be confident. Yes or no? So this is what two problems we face in our flat files. What is next file here? Next problem is what now? So that means here what I want to say, inconsistency means what now? Once we change any modifications, if you want to, or once we change any modifications in one file, in one file, then the corresponding copy file, will not change or will not affected. Okay, will not affected. This problem is called as what now? Data. What is this? Inconsistency. So here just a running notes. This is not main notes. Okay, now I'm giving like this here. Data inconsistency. Okay. So this is the problem. But these two problems I can overcome by using of DBMS databases. I can use to avoid these two problems. Okay, right. But how it is avoided, I will show you later. Next one. What is the next problem? Data retrieval. So data retrieval here, observe. Suppose guys here, do you want to retrieve, okay, a particular and required data from your data storages, okay, that what we called retrieval. But here, whenever we need to retrieve our required data from a flat files is highly difficult. That means it is why the people say highly difficult to retrieve your necessary data from a flat file means it's not like that I can directly go and take. So instead of doing that, okay, you need to read the data from a file. There we need to write some application programs. We are writing what now? Application programs. So which applications? Like a C++ applications, C language application, C++, Java, .NET. So these kind of programming languages we need to use to develop one application. And through that application programming code, I need to read the data from files. Okay, so this concept you have in the Java also, in C, C++, Java also, and .NET. What is the concept? Can you remember? File handling concept. Anybody listen? File handlings, IO streams, input streams, output streams, read method, write methods. Can you listen that was? Maybe Java. In Java is there, yeah? Okay, you have a doubt now, don't worry. I'm staying here only. You can go and ask your Java faculty, sir, in our Java, is there any concept, is there like file handling concept to read the data into, to write the data into file and read the data from file. Writing data into file, reading data from file. That concept is there in Java or not, you can ask your Java faculty and tell me later. Okay, na? Whether Sudhakar sir saying right or wrong. If I be having any doubt, you can ask your faculties. So, in data retrieval, what it was happened, data retrieval means what now? Retrieving our required information from the data storages. But that was very difficult from flat files instead of databases. Sorry, flat files when you compare to databases. Okay, na? Because here we need to write one application program. Okay, na? And this application program, how to write? I don't know whether your Java people are showing or not in your classes, in your core Java classes, but I will show you. Okay, I will show you how to write data into file and how to retrieve data from file. One program I'm writing in front of you, and you can see, and you will say that, oh God, this much complication we have. Okay, na? That I will show it. Maybe your core Java people, C language people showing or not, I don't know. But practical, I am showing that. Okay, and that concept also we have in our Oracle. So in Oracle is also we have a one file concept, and there I will explain to you how to write data into files and how to read the data from files. And for that purpose, how much program we are writing, that all I will show it. Okay, na? But you need some patience, time for up to that concept. Okay, right. So your data retrieval means what now? Write down to retrieve or to retrieving the required data, to retrieving the required data from data storage. Okay. So to retrieving the required data from data storage. But it is very difficult. It is very difficult. Okay. From what now? Flat files. Okay. From flat files because okay. So to retrieve data from flat file, to retrieve data from flat file, we need to develop an application program. We need to develop an application program. We need to develop an application program by using okay, some high level languages. Okay, na? Okay, high level languages like what is high level languages? C, C++, Java, .NET, etc. Okay, na? So this is what we can do in data retrieval process. Okay, right. But this is when I want to retrieve data instead of file. If I retrieve data from database, I don't want it these languages, guys. See how much advantage. Suppose the same data when we store into databases, I don't want to write any C program, C++, Java, .NET, Python. I don't want it this. I can simply use what now? SQL query. What I'm using? SQL query and SQL language query through. I can read my data, whatever I wanted within a fraction of second. Within fraction of second. I don't write a C program, 20 lines program, Java program, 20 lines. I don't want it. With only one command through, one SQL query through, I can read my data within a fraction of 0.0000 milliseconds of time. I can get my information. So that is one more advantage in the database. Data retrieval. Okay, na? But that was very difficult into flat files. And next one. What is the next problem we find out here? Integrity. The next problem is in flat files, integrity problem. So what is integrity means? Here, integrity is nothing but, guys, here to maintain valid data. To maintain valid. So data should be valid. If invalid data, suppose fortunate or unfortunate, if user try to inserting data into my data storage locations, then invalid data should not be accepted. Okay, for example, flat file, this is also one of the biggest problem the people will be face. What is this? For example, suppose this is my flat file information, I have it here, right? Okay, so now can you come out here? Suppose I'm going to adding one more column. The column name is equals to, okay, so mobile number, for example. So this is one more column or one more some information I'm adding to my text file. So generally tell me, guys, here, mobile numbers, how many number of digits? 10 digits. But I can see like this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then what happened? 20 mobile numbers, whatever I was entered, that was accepted. Accepted, huh? Yes. But tell me, actually, the mobile number length is how much? 10. But here 10, more than 10? More than 10. That tell me, this data is valid or invalid? Invalid. Invalid data accepted or not? Accepted. This is one of the biggest problem now. Yes or no? Yes. So invalid data, user either fortunate or unfortunate, when he was inserted, that is also accepted here. But this is highly wrong method. Okay, but accepted. But even though you can see, suppose, okay, more than 10 digits accepted, but less than 10 digits accepted. So more than accepted, less than accepted, equals to accepted. Then where is your valid? Data is valid? No. Data is verified? No. Without verification of data, are you accepting? But that is not always good. Yes or no? Before you want to accept your data and before you want to store the data into my data storages, first I have to check this data is right or wrong, valid or invalid. So after checking, if it is valid, then accept and store. That is a better, yes or no? So, but that I can't do in my flat files. Okay, now. So same example. For example, you are developing Java projects. Yes or no? In Java projects, you are developing one registration form. In the registration form, you given one content what is here, enter mobile number. Okay. Now user is enter mobile number less than 10 digits and you was click on submit button. Then mobile number is come to save into your data storage. Then is it right or wrong? Wrong. Okay. Okay. Right or wrong? Wrong. But even though you accepted. Okay. So that is the reason to avoid that kind of problems. Your front end side people, what you will do? We are writing some validations. Validations purpose, which one? We are writing JavaScripts. JavaScripts, you know, na? HTML, that is a designing part. JavaScript using for what? Validations purpose. That's why you can see nowadays any registration form, password is there. If you enter password less than 6 or less than 8, accepted? No, immediately error will be firing on your web application. What is error? Password must be, yes, minimum 6 character, maximum, okay, so and so character should be there. That is called a validations. So that kind of validations I can't do in my flat file, but that kind of validations I can perform in my database. Okay, so this is one more problem in your flat files. That is called a integrity problem. So that means you're right on. Integrity is nothing but okay, to validate data before storing into data storage. Into data storage. Yeah, data storage means what now? Location. Storage. But it was, what do you say? But it is not possible. But it is not possible in what? Flat files. It is not possible in flat files to verify your data. Okay, na? Right. So, but this kind of problems I can avoid by using of DBMS. Okay. Now, next one is what now? Security is also one of the very, very important. Okay. So now tell me, when we store your data in books and papers and flat files, do you have any secured? No. So suppose this is my flat file. I'm storing some information. I'm writing some data. See how much data information. This all I was saved into my flat file. Yes or no? Yes, these are all I want to save this in my flat file. But can you tell me guys here, whatever I written, whatever I say, whatever I stored here, this information, can you see? Can you see? Yes, anybody can see it. Is there any security for this file? No. That's why data in flat files are not secured. This is one of the biggest problem because nowadays security is also one of the major important factor to provide a security. But that security, if you are not giving, no one come to you. Yes or no? For example, nowadays banking sectors are there. Why are you saving your money in banking sectors? Security. For example, one fine day, the banking management people, they came to media and they announced like this, we are not a responsibility people for customer money. Then one statement was given by banking people. What do? Immediately we are going to be stand in front of ATM machines. And how many lakhs are there? How much amount is there? Even the 100 rupees also we are taking. Yes or no? Because 100 rupees also rupee, na? Yes. So we are all are going to be taking our money. And we are not going to save into banking sectors. But now why we are keeping our gold, money, everything in bank means because of reason they have promised to us. What is the promise? We are the persons we will give secured for your money. And this promise, not these guys. This promise was given by government of India. Yes or no? So that's why we have a confidence to give a money. Otherwise, no one can give a money, right or not? So here also, in real time also, any project when you develop a Java, .NET, database, whatever, security is also one of the major important factor. But here in flat file, security is very, very poor. Okay, so now write down, there is no secured, there is no security, there is no security for flat files. For flat files, data or information. Okay, now here I'm shortcutly I'm writing guys here, okay? Because it is a just running nodes. It's not a main nodes. Okay, now. But this kind of security, I can give it in my database. And excellent techniques are there to provide security in databases. Like we called as a role-based security. Which concept? Role-based security. Role-based security means what it means? Step-by-step security. Every step, you need a permission. Okay, if you want to enter, permission. If you want to see the data, permission. If you want to insert the data, permission. If you want to update the data, permission. If you want to delete the data, permission. You want to retrieve the data, permission. You do any manipulation, permission. Okay, seeing, deleting, storing, processing, everywhere, step by step, security is there in database. Okay, now, so that is the reason nowadays our entire details are having in the database memories. Yes or no? For example, you have a Facebook account, Gmail account. You have a user ID and password now. Where is your password? In databases, in Google database, Facebook database. So our user ID and passwords are storing under databases. But is it possible? Can I know your password? No. We can't know it now because your database password, so your Gmail account password, where it is? In database. Database, where it is? Backend side. So backend side, we can't directly interact. Yes or no? So that's why databases are highly secured for your data which you store under database storages. Okay, now? But flat files are no secured. And next one is what now? Indexing. So what is data index? What is data indexing? So here indexing is nothing but guys here to fastly retrieve your data as much as faster. That means I need some data, a particular data from data storage. So the data within how much less period of time I get, that is very important for me. Yes or no? Suppose you have a Google. In Google search button is there. You enter something. What is array? If you that what is array is called as what now? Request. The request is going to where? Google search engine. Google search engine will go to where? Google database. Searching. Immediately retrieving, giving to user. Suppose you entered what is array. Response is not coming. You're waiting. 1 hour waiting. No response. No. So immediately we are shouting on that. Yes or no? So stupid fellow idiot who developed this application. Response after server. Is it fine? No. In real time, anybody accept? No. What we are expecting? Within fraction of second, if I send my request, immediately get a response. That we are expecting. Every customer is expecting like that. Yes or no? For example, nowadays we are going to banking sectors or somewhere in government sectors. When we go, our bad luck is what now? Up to there we are waiting. When our ticket is came, server down. Server down. What happened? Already 1 hour in line. My token is came, server down. She is telling, sorry sir, server down, wait sir. At the time, what is your expression? So, we don't know to shout on who. Yes or no? Ourselves, our in internal feelings. So same thing in banking sector, so many times we face like that. Yes or no? Otherwise, one person said, correct we go, saying that lunchtime. Lunchtime means that is a manual, that is okay. But server down is not a manual now, it is automatic. So this kind of problem. So at the time, how the end user is feel, very bad feeling will come. Okay, na? Right. But here also, data retrieval or accessing, how should be there means within fraction of second, I have to produce data to my customer. Within fraction of second. So that maintenance purpose, the people are applying what now? Indexes. Okay, na? And database developers, if your brother and sister, if anybody working as a database developer, na, you can ask them. Okay, na? So their database people, what they maintain, you know, when customers sending requests, immediately respond you have to send. And the response is reaching to customer with how much time period. Okay, so that will be calculated by real-time people. Yes, sir? And that calculations purpose, the real-time developers or programmers are writing some mechanisms. Yes or no? So database jobs are not a simple thing, guys. Database job is very highly difficult job. Because you need to maintain 0.00001 microsecond, I have to maintain. So that maintenance purpose, this person, how much suffer, you know? That means first request, going to response 1 minute. Now I want to think, this 1 minute, how to reduce? Again, I'm writing coding. 1 minute to 0.5 minute came. Again, I have to write a code. 0.2, 0.1 minute came. Again, I have to write a code. Then up to how much? Up to how much? As soon as come down. That means maximum possibility with how much speed I want to send response. Up to there, real-time people are working. It's not a simple job. It's very tough job to maintain that kind of scenarios, that kind of logics. Yes or no? So that is what. But here index is also same like this. Index means what now? Retrieving or to access. Write down. Accessing data from data storages, much more faster. Okay, na? That is what we called as index. But flat files are not, okay, but not flat files are not allowed this mechanism. Okay, so now to access data from data storages much more faster. Okay, but this kind of things I can do in my database by writing of indexes, by writing of clusters, by writing of stored procedures programs, by writing of materialized view concepts. Okay, so that is called what we can say performance tuning. Can you remember? Anybody listen that word? Performance tuning. That means how much less period you sending your response to the user. That is called a performance. High level performance tunings you have to maintain by using of indexes, materialized views, stored procedures, views concepts, yes or no, clusters. So many topics are there that all are going to be used and help to improve your performance of database. Okay, na? So that kind of concepts we have in the database. Okay, so we can overcome this kind of accessing problems. So, but these are the main problems, guys, here, which will be faced under flat files. So that's why nowadays flat files also very, very, very rare cases the real-time industries are using. Okay, now, and this kind of flat files, if I want to use in my online applications, okay, then your application gone. Okay, now, so no one can use this your application. Yes or no? Right. So these are the problems. And to overcome these all problems, which the people was found in flat files as well as books and papers. These two methods, whatever it was there, in these two methods, what kind of problems the people was found here, that all problems we overcome by using of one of the best software and very popular software in real-time world, that is what? DBMS. That's called a database. Okay, that's called as what now? We can say here DBMS, or else we can say what? Database. So with that, this is very popular database now. And this, with the help of this software, I can overcome the problems of books and papers, and I can overcome the problems of flat files. Got it my point? So now we will discuss, okay, in DBMS, in databases, okay, how many types of models and what are those? OLTP, OLAP, I discussed now? Last time, just I'm giving yes or no in demonstration. What is OLTP? What is OLAP? And hierarchy models, networks models, relational models, object relational model, object oriented model. So many models are there. Those models and types of databases. If you get that knowledge, finally you can understand that why we are learning Oracle and why we are using Oracle. Now you understand what is Oracle. Okay, na? So this much information is compulsory. Every learner should be know it. Then only you will get a flexible on your subject. Otherwise, lot of doubts. Got it my point now? So this is today the session, the up to here. And this session notes, I'm going to sharing guys, but we need a Google Classroom. So I informed to Naresh IT people to create a Google Classroom as soon as possible. Okay. Once they created, this notes I'm sharing to that. Okay, na? Right, guys. Today class, all of you clear up? No sound? Come on. Yes or no? Oh, okay. Thank you for your response, guys. Okay, so we will meet on tomorrow with second session. And second session, what we started? Yes, DBMS we started. Okay, na? Right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. And online people have any doubts, you stay there. I will interact with you.